What's going on? This your boy Talk with AJ, and I'm back with another video. Now I have a story time I want to tell. I alluded to it in my last video, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna save this for another video because this is very interesting. So, the apartment from hell. Um, so I stayed in it. I ended up when I moved back to New Mexico, right? I stayed in this one apartment. There was a guy, shout out to him. I was living in a different apartment beside the one I'm gonna talk about. So I stayed there for a year. I had, children. I had a newborn and a 1 year old at the time. So, the apartment was too small. The little 1 bedroom we had, it was too small. All four of us in one room. So after a year, I had a 2 year old and a 1 year old at the time. Had to get a bigger place. Got a 2 bedroom, two bathroom. Well, two bedroom, one bathroom. I think at the time it was only like $630 a month for utilities included, which was utilities built into the rent, which is a really good price for at that time. So we moved in. Everything seemed good and nice place. It was a nice place, balcony. It was nice kitchen, appliances, and all that good stuff. But had a neighbor. At the time I was not smoking weed. Now, while I lived in this place, I think I lived there for, let me see, 2.5 years. Yeah, 2.5 years. Cause we moved in there in October 2017, moved out June 2020. So 2 years, 3 months. So, and that entire time I lived there, it was just a bunch of weird stuff happening. So now I did pick up smoking weed when I was living there again, with the devil's lettuce, and regretted it. But all in that same tenure, I'm gonna get deeper into it. But so I did. There was a neighbor that moved in, literally next door to me, and he used to sell marijuana weed. So I he was smoking, and then I was like, yo, no, what I'm saying, you sell weed or whatever, devil's lettuce. And he was like, yeah. So I was like, let me get a dub. So I ended up buying some. I smoked some. It was pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? I was okay. You know what I'm saying? Because at that time, in New Mexico, weed was illegal. So I was okay, say less. And then there was another guy on the fourth floor that I'm going to get into that too, because I fell out with both of these guys. So, okay, we was chilling, you know what I'm saying? And then I noticed that the guy on the fourth floor all of a sudden had it too. And then, okay, so when he wasn't around, I was getting it from the guy that was on the fourth floor. He had a daughter, and she was weak. She was so thick. Anyways, anyway, like off track. But anywho, so I ended up smoking. You know what I'm saying? I used to go hang out with my guy over there that used to live right directly next door to me. And well, I thought he was my guy, but I used to go over there Sundays, we'd kick it, watch football, smoke, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and, for a little bit. And that habit just kind of got out of control because I was buying so much weed that it was just kind of taking me off my purpose. I didn't even have a car to drive at the time. That was mine, so I had access to a vehicle, but I didn't have my own car at the time. So just irresponsible, just making bad decisions with money. And it hindered me for a little bit, but I ended up getting back on my square, later on. So, ended up, me and the guy fell out, that was next door because he had, sold me a car. Now the car he was driving, he sold it to me. The car, he was supposed to sell it to me for $800. So you tell, it wasn't really the best car in the world. I think it was a 95. Shit, what was it? Shit. I didn't have it that long, but it was a 95. Um, it wasn't a Lumina. It was a Camry, a Toyota Camry, I think. A 95 Toyota Camry. Yes. 94 Toyota Camry. So I bought it from him for I gave him $500. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't have the title to the car. And this just me being a rookie, me not knowing no better, even though I was a grown ass man, and I believed in him. He seemed genuine. He seemed cool. And that's where being an empath, and a lot of us are empaths, and we do stuff like that. But I ended up buying the car. Being a little green at the time, I'm thinking, okay, he said he got the title up there in another city at his ex house. I was like, okay, say less. I give you 500 right now. You give me the title. We meet at DMV, and then we switch it over. Then I give you the 300. So I ended up getting a runaround on that. This man ain't had no title to the car. He ended up lying. Met this nigga at DMV. Had me up there looking stupid, and he ain't even had a title to the car. Drove over there. The man ain't had a title. Months go by. The car having issues. The car was cutting off in traffic. Like, it was just so many damn problems with that car. Now, mind you, the car didn't have tags, this entire time. And through the grace of God, I didn't get pulled over. Not one time. Had this car for some months. I'm going to work. I went to go put gas in it. The car cut off in traffic. Just all types of bullshit going on. Like, I ended up, falling out with him over that, and he kind of had smoke for me, saying that he needed the rest of his money. I told him, Brady, pretty much F off. You're not getting no money because you didn't produce a title. So we kind of fell out because of that. And then with the dude upstairs, and I just think that was just some sucker shit, that people do. And he knew he didn't have the title the entire time. Got off of my money, but I kept but it saved me some money having the car. I did run the risk of getting a ticket or worse, driving that car. But lesson learned, because look at me now. And over there, look at me now. But God got a way of paying people like that back. So he gonna get his comeuppance, And then the guy upstairs, we almost got into a physical altercation. And it got to the point where I was just like, you know what? I can't do that because I got kids in the house. If I give him the energy, I'm gonna possibly get put out of here, and it's not worth it. So we almost got into a physical altercation, and then it just cut off from there. And then the maintenance man was selling bud too. I bought some from him a couple times, and I remember this day like it was yesterday. October 20th, 2017. I bought some weed from the maintenance man, right? And the maintenance man was cool with the lady that rented to me. She stayed in the building. Her son stayed next door. So October 20th, 2017, I bought some weed from the maintenance man, right? And I went in the house, and I was like, and I looked at my kids, and I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I tossed the weed back out on the ground and was like, man, I'm gonna just quit smoking. So October 20th, 2017 up to now, I have not touched I have not touched a blunt. Haven't drunk alcohol, nothing since 2017. And I locked in. And I noticed that once I did that, there was this guy that moved in next door to me on the opposite side. He was a very dirty dude, man. He got evicted pretty quickly. But I noticed that when he moved out, I got a rat infestation in my apartment. Now, no, I got children in there, small children, right? And at the time, they was 4 and 5 at the time. So I got a rat infestation, bro. And it got so bad that I opened up my drawer, and I had some candy in my drawer, and they was chewing on the candy. It was in my clothes. It was rat poop, like in the kitchen on the floor. They was running across the kitchen. Like I was killing them, throwing them out. So I killed probably 6 rats, and they just kept coming. And I'm just wondering, like, where the fuck are these damn rats coming from? My apartment wasn't dirty. And it was from the guy next door, and it was a rat infestation, but weirdly, it was only in my apartment. And I'm just like, these motherfuckers is really trying to do everything they can to get me up out of here, to make me uncomfortable. Because look at all this stuff that was going on, and they were trying to get me out of here to make me uncomfortable. So I dealt with it. I was killing them. I was setting traps for months. And after a while, it was like, you know what? I got to get out of here. I can't. So I changed I modified my lease to where I couldn't stay there for a year, but I didn't want to break my lease. So she modified my lease to get to 6 months so I can move out in January. And at this time, like I said, it was around October going into November. So dealing with that, I'm grinding every day and night trying to move out, et cetera, et cetera. Rats getting in my drawers and stuff and blah, blah, blah. And it was to the point where I had to kind of throw all that shit out because I couldn't like save it because I've got rats infestations in my drawers, my clothes. Like they were in my kids' room. Like I seen a rat, it was a hole. It was in my kids' room. So that lets you know that they be in your apartment when you're not there, because where did these holes come from? Where did these holes come from? They created this problem. Because where did these holes come from in this apartment that were not there for the previous 2 years I stayed there? Where did they come from? They go in your places. This is why you got to avoid living in apartments. Now, I know this is easier said than done, but avoid living in apartments where you can't control who enters your apartment when you're not there. When they know you're not home, they go in your apartment and they rig shit and do shit. So, and you can't control it. So they were going in my apartment when I wasn't there and creating those issues for me. And it just shows you how evil and wicked people are. Now, those individuals that work there, she no longer manages the property. They got fired. All this stuff happened after I moved out. And bro, that was that I when I say I when I seen that rat in my kid's room, that shit opened my eyes. Like, bro, these people are fucking evil fucking motherfuckers, bro. And I immediately cut ties with everybody. And I started to lock in. And I was like, you know what? I'm a grind. I'm gonna get this $5,000 up right quick. And then I'm gonna move out. I'm gonna get my kids and I gotta get my kids in the house. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna live. So, and lo and behold, within I say about 2.5 months, not even 2 months, like a month and a half, I had the 5 bands. I paid down, you know, what was asked of me to move in. Boom, bought new furniture for my kids' rooms and new dresser and stuff for us. New bed, cashed out. Boom, we got a house. I ended up getting us a house. Still got that crib. I just moved out because I was getting tired of living in New Mexico, but I still have that crib over there. Yeah, so it's just I needed a change of scenery, you know, when I moved out of there. But the house, you know, I got a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house over there, and ended up being pretty nice. Got a big backyard. I put a playground back there for my kids. It wasn't, I mean, the location wasn't really the best, like, you know, in my opinion, but it was mine. You know what I'm saying? I put all new appliances in there, throughout the appliances that was in there. New washer and dryer, new refrigerator, new stove. I bought cash. I painted the whole house, redid a lot of stuff, put shelving up. I invested my money into that house. And it looks nice now. So I did a lot of work on that house, man. And I was thankful for it, you know, because I worked my butt off, man, to get out that apartment and get out that situation. And I'm proud of myself. So, and this is why I tell people, like, don't let the circumstances of gang stalking, kind of deter you from, getting to where you need to go in life. You can get to where you need to go. You just gotta have the mindset, you know, and then just ignore what's going on around you. For real. Because this life we live, man, we only get it one time. And the only way you're gonna overcome is just having faith and keeping your head up. You know what I'm saying? Keep your head up, y'all. But it's your boy All Logic. I mean, I keep saying that my whole channel. This your boy Gang Stalk Talk with AJ. Hit like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. And this was a story time about that apartment, from hell. Y'all be easy. Peace.